It should be like day 6. Wait. Where is he?
He's inside.
Inside where?
He's wearing geek.
Well, what does grey belt even mean, sir? Sasikomi is not around, though.
He's there also.
Sasikomi.
Yeah, he's there.
Good morning. I hope I bought my skipping rope. I hope I yeah. Okay. Yeah, so skip first to beyond.
I know the other master, so your master has
1, 2, 1.
Step him. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, punch and step back.
Step back with this leg.
Punch.
Yes. 2. Yes. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. But you have to make sure you keep this leg in front.
Okay.
Now turn your shoulder. I'm not turning your shoulders into it. Let me turn your body. Turn your body.
Okay.
I know the other master, so your master has
1, 2. 1, 2. 2.
Okay.
I'll show you that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
No power. No stretch.
Okay.
We are doing stretch.
Okay.
No power. Focus on raising your knee up and hitting it hard and follow through. Like a snake. Sniping. Yeah.
Okay, so if you kind of pay attention to everything, like you guys got it. You guys did a very good job. So there's a reason I ask you guys to go by it, because most self training I see, right? They miss this important context. So of all the levels, which level is easier to sell to? Is it easiest to sell to?
The brand that
so for me,
No, doesn't go ahead. Go ahead. Doesn't
I
go
guess
ahead.
it's the problem. I guess this is the problem away.
Bukola, what is it?
the brand that we
Okay, so Bukola, I have a slight issue with what you said so far, right? Is that I'm not sure you mentioned solution and aware. You mentioned brand awareness, right? Did you
said
mention
what?
Did you mention solution and aware?
Yes, I did.
Okay, no problem. So see this way, people can know your brand without knowing what you do. You get? I'm very sure you may have seen some companies that you drive past. They have very nice logos, very nice billboards, but you can't detect what they do. Yes or no?
Yes.
There's
Yes.
a particular billboard that took over Lagos some months ago. I don't know if you know them. I still can't pronounce their name. It has a PWAN or something.
P1.
Yeah. Do you know what they do?
They're into real estate.
Doctor, do you know them?
No, I don't know them.
But do you see the billboard?
Yes, I saw it.
To me, I did not know what they did. Even after going to their site. Maybe I would say maybe I was stressed, but I had to go to their site. I was on the road. I said no, when I get home I'll look into it. I looked into it when I got home. My point is that I was aware of the brand, I didn't know what they did. You get my point about that?
Yeah.
So if somebody comes to me and says it's from P1, I can't say whether I want to jump on P1 or not. Is it not P1 or up one? I thought it was OPWAN. Is it just PWAN? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is it just PWAN or OPWAN?
It's PWAN.
Okay. Okay, like I said, I didn't even know what they did. So if someone came to me and said it's from them, I don't know. I was just looking around. I'm like, okay. My point is that the easiest to sell to. Okay, let's see this way. Yeah, I won't give the answer. Right, I won't give the answer yet. Let's see this way. Right, some people are walking around without being aware of some health issues. You know that, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there are five people. There are five people that are currently in the waiting room of a dentist. One is coming for checkup. The other one was brought by his friend for the checkup. The second one, the third person is there with a toothache. The first person is just there because he wants to just look at how the service is. He's just curious. And the last person, let me see. The last person is there for his. The last person is like, no, okay, let's leave it like that. 4 people are there. One person is there because of a checkup. The second person is there because he's escorting his friend for a checkup. The fourth person is there because he has heard of the hospital name, the dentist name, and wants to just see how it looks like. The last person has a toothache. Who is the best person to sell the dentist service to at the moment?
For me, I would say the one with toothpaste because he has a problem already. And he's looking for
He
solution.
has a problem. No, he has a problem. At the same time, he knows where the solution is.
Yes.
You understand? If you are aware of the solution, it means you are already aware of the problem. You get? Yes. My example may be missing some small context. Like his toothache could be extraction, could be different solutions. But the idea is that he has the pain right now. He's aware of the hospital to go to already. You get? Or he knows that I want to see a dentist. The second person that is there for a checkup means he's not aware of all the problems yet. If everybody on this call goes to a dentist, everybody here will have problems. I'm very sure of that. So a lot of people have dentist problems, but we don't really care until something serious happens. On the flip side of things, the person who is just there just got his friend is not even aware that we all need dental checkup. It's only I follow my brother here, or maybe from here, we're going to go and buy ice cream. You get my point? So the people that are easier to sell to, you have to fall back that chain of levels of awareness. So that means somebody who's not aware of this problem, it's difficult to sell to. It's the most difficult to sell to because to him, what's my business? I'm making money. So forward. You get. So your job as a salesperson is to raise the level of awareness to the point where they know the problem, they know the solution, and they see you as the solution to that problem. You get?
Yes.
So now, who is the best person to sell to? If I could just pick any level, who is the best person to sell to?
You can use the product.
You can use the product, but what else? If it's aware of the problem, these people are always missing. Okay, let me give an example. Right? I use a business owner who I knew who was there to me. This guy will say, these people are always missing calls. If I give them the phone, I can come and see 6 missed calls. I can come and see 7 missed calls. I don't know why they're always misbehaving. So now it's aware of the problem, right?
Yes.
Now, imagine if he says, now imagine that person and somebody else comes and says, these people are always missing calls. And I heard there is all this, I really wish I have all these call center apps that all these big companies use. Who is easier to sell to? My coach asked me to get, whenever I'm getting watermelons, right, I should blend the back, put it into a juice, and I drink it. So this is what is currently here with the seeds. The seeds and the back blended is nutritious for the body. So let's go. I really hope I can keep this up. I have about 90 minutes of recording. Took my extra SD card so I can hit the road.
this thing keeps getting much more interesting by the day. I mean, trying to explore everything. I might need to even check where Google Maps will recommend I take for this road trip. Yeah. So, I think by the time you're watching this, I should be about 2 weeks ahead of. No, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, sorry for that. Sorry. So, actually, my battery is. I'm running low on battery, so Google Maps might be a lot for me. Yeah. Acme fitness gym. Directions from. Yeah. It's going to take me about 30 minutes to get there. So I'm being told to use the express. From the express. Wow, this is a lot. Okay. So I'm being told to use. Okay, it's not a bad route, but 30 minutes. Let me see how much time I have. So I want to try out this blend, right, with the watermelon back, peel rather, back, cause the back. So it's really tasteless. So not bad, not so good, but tasteless. Feels like you're drinking. Not exactly tasteless, but not bitter, not irritating. It feels like you're drinking water that has like tasteless mashed pineapples inside. So imagine pineapple is tasteless mashed together. Yeah, you can substitute it for water instead. It says it has citrulline, and the citrulline are very rich in amino acids. I keep telling people that to hit your protein goals, you don't always have to get them from animal protein. You can get other sources of protein which are super sufficient. That was very. People like to risk their lives. That was very risky. But well, the guy should be grateful by now. So these days I'm beginning to embrace this idea of fasting, right? This idea of letting you have some form of hunger. I mean, literally. So I think I'm buying into the idea of eating small, eating in portions, and everything. I'm not. It's just that I think I'm looking at having much more lean muscles. So I hope this is getting me right because it's just me in the car. For some reason, it seems it's tilting towards a different direction. Yeah, it feels dark, but yeah. So I might need to like speed up a little bit, focus more on the road and everything. So when I get to the family house, I'm to just inspect some things, just look at how it's on. Because to be very very honest, I almost have never really gone to meet my mom and just, Mom, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing? Like, and I reasoned that I woke up a couple of days ago and had a thought that she's not expecting me right now, and I had a thought like I almost have not even seen her in a while. Like, just go to see her. How are you doing? Also, we've seen this year very few times, and asked myself why. Like, is there any issue? And I just had like a few minutes been just thinking with myself, kind of thing, and all that. And I saw that, well, there's really no problem per se. Just that I would say I grew up as a lonely child, and I don't resent anybody. Literally. Although people say things like it's childhood trauma, I'm like, no, I'm not bothered. I feel that thing you call childhood trauma, right, could be people's strength, because like literally I can be on my own. No one checks up on me for months, for years, and I'm okay. I'm good to go. So I feel like it's people who are expecting me to check up on them are the ones who are feeling down. and everything. I'm like, well, I was raised this way, so me checking up on people is an extra effort and everything. So regardless, I don't hold any resentment towards mom. Like, I'm the one who's going to go and see her now. Like I said, I was spoken over the phone. I'm not going to see her now. So that whole mother and father, that whole mother bond is different. It's different from, wow. Oh fuck shit. Yeah, I just discovered that the buckle for the camera stuff is not so strong anymore. So and that's what I'm saying is because sometimes whenever I'm trying to talk about red pill issues, people come up with this idea of, oh, why are you closer to your mom or your dad? Ironically, right? I'm not really close to my mom. We don't really have that bond. At the same time, I'm closer to my dad. I think I was closer to my dad. And the reason I was closer to him was because he always gave me errands to run. I was one running most of the errands for the child throughout our like childhood. So I really enjoyed going to the office with him. He would give me things, he would give me documents to search for, he'd give me proposals to type. So that reminds me of something, right? I had this guy who I've said I take to be a mentor. And then he when he asked me what I do, I was like, oh, about 23, I was like, oh, I freelance. So it's like a small business where I help people build solutions. And he asked me, why don't I work for a 9 to 5 at least to have experience? I said, yes, I agree with you. That makes perfect sense. I really believe in the idea of mentorship or apprenticeship. I believe in that system, right, of apprenticeship. It's really, really good. Perfect. I believe apprenticeship is super impressive, where you shadow somebody who is doing actual business, who's doing what you want to do in life. So I told him that instead, I barely had a normal holiday. All of my holidays were simply just me and my dad in the office, back to back, almost every single day. Like even some Sundays. And there's some benefits quite alright. Like one benefit I think I discovered is because of he would send me on errands that sometimes, because by the way, our house and the office were very, very close. He would send me and I would run the entire distance, get the assignment done, and come back as quick as possible so I can do some other things. And one day, he was surprised that at the time I came back so fast. And he was like, he refused to believe that I used my legs. So that was really where, I would say that's where like my first ever real cardio experience came out from. Give or take, I was about 11, 12 at this time. So the benefits of following my dad to the office, I would say for almost every day and doing those mundane tasks, it taught me different things. It taught me to understand his leadership principles from a very young age. So coming out of university, it was easy for me to type out proposals. It was easy for me to type out service level agreements. But I think at the age of 22 or 21, I remember I was supposed to build a solution for somebody, right? And then I sent him what was called the service level agreement. This thing completely blew his mind. Like, when he blew his mind, he didn't know my age, so there was no context to blow his mind, right? But he's like, he asked for an invoice. I sent him an SLA. And the invoice, the way the SLA was drafted, it was like, this is perfect, well organized. And then, to be very, very honest, to me it was nothing because it's what I see with my dad. He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer quite all right. And I've seen people write proposals to him. So I've seen how he looks like and everything. And I just adopted some things from here, picked some things from here, got the templates. So to me, it was like a second thought. Like a first thought kind of thing, experience driven. And to them, they were like, okay, interesting. I think I like this guy's approach. If they had my age, now, to most people who live outside the country, right, maybe if you live in like the West, you use like, well, you're 21. Writing proposals should not really be a big deal. But to be very, very honest, in Africa, what people should realize is that in Africa, at 21, some things that when you have such experiences, it gives you like a super edge. Now, I may be speaking out of context because I don't know how much. Like, for example, at the age of 21, you rarely see people who are out of their parents' homes. I'm referring to people who come from comfortable backgrounds. A good number of them stay in their parents' home because it's just part of the culture, part of the tradition. And it reminds me of one guy who I hold dear to my heart, highly respected. He told me something right someday where him and his dad fought for 2 or 3 years. And the fight was because he moved out of his dad's house just to be independent. And then after 2 or 3 years, they became very close and they bonded very well. When I left the house, although my dad also frustrated me to some extent, which I don't want to discuss, he frustrated me quite a lot. But I didn't leave the house as a way of bad blood because I was coming back frequently. Leaving the house will give you some form of autonomy, while some financial pressure attached to it. So when I left the house, I was coming back home because my mom was giving me food. To be very, very honest, she was helping me out. I paid for the rent. So yes, it cost a lot of bumps because it was a rent that really stretched my pocket. When I paid that rent, my account was super empty. I mean, my account was super empty. It was empty. In short, my mom assisted me with the rent. I had to borrow me some money because I was expecting payments. I was in a project expecting payments and everything, and which she did, and I'm super grateful for her. So that's it. Let me see. So I really believe that kids these days need to try out. I believe that fathers need to join their sons to show them how things are done, because there are things that I did today which to me they are really not big deals, right? But when they seem so surprised, I mean, I'm like, to me this is like outright basic. It's not a thing that I should be praised about. But looking back at it, is that no, I was very privileged to meet the kind of dad that I had, to know this dad that I have, and I would say that to me, he did the best to his capacity. He did the best to his capacity. He made sure, yeah, there were things that I think I saw that were problems, but that was to his capacity. And he really pushed me far, which I should be 100% grateful for. I heard a lot of people whose dads make strong sacrifices for, only to come and turn around and they insult the dad, they look down on the dad. But I really believe that, well, people have different stories and I can't invalidate their stories. But at the same time, I'm really grateful that he was not there, which believe back to this whole idea that, men should be available for their children activities. My dad was rarely available for those activities. Well, at first, growing up, to you, it would be like, okay, PTA, visiting day, people's kids are there, people's parents are there. My dad is just there doing his thing. It's like, to him, it's like, well, it's not one, to him, it doesn't even cross his mind to come around. At first, it was a problem, but I would say towards like 18 years old, 20 years old, it's not really a problem anymore. And I never, ever really hated him for that, really. It was mostly, I wish he was here, but later it's like, okay, like he's not coming almost anytime soon. So he's never coming, so there's no problem. He came from my graduation, matriculation, but nothing so PTA meetings, all those extra activities that were not so remarkable. He didn't bother visiting this, never. So, but I feel like he was the best dad. He was the best dad regardless. And I'm doing this because my family, the kind of family I want to build, might be different from the family he built. And I see a lot of people see things like this, like my dad's story, and they think they want to fix it in their generation. They say, because of my dad wasn't there for me on my PTA, I should be there for my kids on his PTA meetings. Now, it's different for different folks, right? Some kids need certain attention. Some kids are more flexible. Some kids are not bothered. All my brothers are not bothered about my father not attending PTA and all of that. So I don't really think that was a problem. So I think it's because whenever I'm having this thought of the kind of father I want to be, ask myself things like, are there any problems that I think my father had that I could fix and prevent for myself? In some cases, I'm like, well, those things are not really as important as people glamorize them to be. So I should not make them big deals. out of nothing. And it's quite true. I shouldn't make them big deals at all. So the thought that I'm giving myself, like I said, I'm building some sort of different kind of family that is, well, I don't know what else to say, but like I said, it's different. Hey, so these are a lot of vibrations. These are a lot of vibrations and everything. Then I'm supposed to make, there's a video I want to make, right? But I want the video to be like constantly thought through, right? The video has to do with how rich people, I'm looking for a title, but I don't want it to be clickbaity. But it's a problem that I think only rich kids face. I think I should have turned on my stability, or I turned off stability, but next time I'll just leave it on forever. There's no point. I can always handle stability later. So the video is about how so many people like rags to riches, right? But nobody likes riches to wealth story. But to be very, very frank, it's not like those stories are useless. They are very important because a lot of rich kids grow up without. Hold on, let me quickly start at the traffic lights. So a lot of rich kids, they grow up, because to be very, very frank, I believe I put myself in an upper middle class or rich Nigeria. I put my family in a rich family, quite alright, but it's slightly complicated. Not leave it like that. I'll put myself, my father in a rich class. Yeah. So we had everything done for us. Laundry, driver, runs. I'll say my primary / high school period. Although things began to take like it slowed downhill until stories changed, but get the point. So in our story here, where everything was being done for us, where we were rarely ever doing anything, I would say what it forced us, what really happened is you feel relaxed because there's family business, right? If you want to hustle, subconsciously you can fall back to inheritance and say, you know what, well, after all, it's a little business, right? I can fall back on that, take care of myself, my family. But looking back at the mentality my dad gave to me, and the fact that my dad's story inspired me, my dad grew up from poverty, abject poverty, right? And so he tried to give me that he tried to give his kids that comfortable lifestyle, which is okay, good intention, but he removed that fire for us to want to act fast. If you get me. So look at me here, everything working for me, drivers, maids, staff, laundry, taking care of, although high school things changed. But I feel like I had this nanny, I'll say auntie, who was helping around with some house errands, who really put us on a very good trip. So I see that she played a very good role in my discipline to some extent. Well, my dad had it. To him, he was giving his kids the best he can, make sure they don't do anything. Everything is sorted out for them and everything, which is a very good intention. Good intentions, like I always say one over again, proper. But knowing that mentality of I want to outdo my dad, right? But then again, you're very comfortable. So that idea of leaving my father's house may have been what gingered me to put pressure on myself. But that story may have gingered me, may have given me motivation. But something needed to happen where I needed this pressure. And to be very frank, that's something that kids that go from rich to wealthy lack. And a law in life is that if the family wealth stays the same, trust me, for a couple of within that generation, they can lose it. Because the lifestyle stays the same, but the income with inflation is going down. So with that being said, it makes perfect sense for us to intentionally grow the income. To grow the income, to grow everything. So that's why I said that the real issue is nobody really relates with somebody because comfort to people, comfort is like, you're comfortable, you have everything. What's your problem? But looking back at it, they don't see it that way, that you're comfortable. Subconsciously, you know that if you don't work, you're good to go. You know that. So it's like, so why should I work? I mean, if I don't work, if I work, yeah, I'll get some results. It's like this idea of creating a psychological safety net. So there are benefits and there are drawbacks because to you, subconsciously, you can ask yourself, well, if things go bad, like what is the worst that will happen? But if things go well, it's like taking smart risks instead of stupid risks. I did not know. I did not know. Sorry. Since I just broke a traffic rule. But I saw people do it so. Hey, I messed up. The guy just signaled me. Fuck. I don't want them stopping me because worst case is if I broke a traffic rule, they will send an SMS to my phone telling me to go and pay the fine for it. But they should put a sign then and say no U-turn because it looks like a U-turn is allowed. Wow, I don't know. But when they signaled me, if they had said it, I would have simply entered the other lane, gone back to turn, but that's a talk for another day, man. Right, so yes, pressure and the fact that we need pressure in our lives to move forward. The people who are at the bottom, they know that their pressure is there already. So one way I think I have pressure on myself is the kind of lifestyle I want to build for my family. Mind you, my kids are going to have a shit ton of pressure. Knowing that I'm fully aware of this, I'll help them. They will have to grow their own wealth by principles. Okay, I'm at the gym close to the family house, but it seems to be somehow or somewhat empty. Sir? Yes, sir. Travel. Travel. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go. No. Go.
I don't on top of the rope. Can't you just? Okay. Long time, sir.
Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So, yep, I'm here. So, one benefit I've seen, right, to talking to the camera like this non-stop is it has helped my speech. If people go back to my very first set of videos, you'll see that I used to talk very, very fast. So, in that process, a lot of people won't be able to hear me. And if you can't hear me, what's the point of making it? I think I need to even tie this to my water bottle so I don't forget it, because anything I forget in this gym, trust me, I'm not getting it back till like next year. You most likely you'll never see me again in this life. Yeah. I just make sure I came here because just to have that family vibe of. Also, I also take a walk in the estate because I used to enjoy those evening walks and people's faces you see and everything. Also have an idea of how the estate has been faring itself. I think this is my third set, so I think this we are good to go. I think my wrist is messed up because from MMA. When people using me for the fireman carry. One guy who was lifting me, I think we are seeing the video, he put it on my wrist. Bro, that is not funny. Oh. What is it like this man? I can smell myself already, which is not what I want. So I think I'll need to have my bath the moment I get coming out. Seven, 8, 8, 8. Ooh. And 4 sets. I usually do 4. 4 sets and I'm good. So I'll be going to the chest press in the decline bench. Yeah, I used to miss. I really wish this. I had this bag. I don't know if you can see this. I really wish I had this bag on my branch. There's enough distance between me and the bag, between me and the other bag, so I can use one bag without being distracted. I need to get hip control. So 35, 30. I'm not eating so much today, bro. Alright, so I'm heading over to the chest press. Sorry? Yeah. Yeah, take the phone. Sorry?
Laptop at more stress.
Does Insta not have an app to export it?
My Insta is my phone. I downloaded on the laptop one.
No, but Insta has a phone app now that you can download directly.
Yeah. But it's too much.
It's easier that way. So give or take, like it's almost like a fair bike, 600cc. How much should you look at? Like a Suzuki. Yeah, like what should the budget be like? 5-4 million.
Bag that will not make it. Don't go buy Bajaj now.
No, like a Suzuki.
Normal Abuki Bajaj now.
Oh, mad. Like, what's the average price for like Nigerian used bike?
That I'm saying, 3.5.
Nigerian is like 3.5, 4.
You get something
It's
fair.
600cc now.
3.5 and current.
Okay. Comment like what year? Oh, okay. Like, is there any page you see like Nigerian used bikes? Like any page you go to Instagram? Or how does one get?
Nigerian bike for people that want to sell.
So you have to know like bike, you have to know riders. Oh, that's true.
You know the history of the bike. You don't go and buy bike.
Yeah, very true. Don't go now.
Somebody bought the ZSR 1000 from Port Harcourt. The guy selling like I can't never even come up for Port Harcourt. The guy don't know. No.
Wow. I feel. Hey, a lot of serious faces at this gym, though. A lot of new and serious-looking faces. Trainers still stay the same, chilled, vibey. I think they interact with their clients. This branch has like three female trainers. Three female trainers. So. My knee still has this feel like it's going to fall or something. Oh damn. I've been eating so much and yet I'm thinking of doing this excess weight. that's insane though. Devil's a liar. I ain't gonna do that. I'm tempted to go 4 plates. But I think my heaviest here should be 3 plates. But I'm going heaviest to the lowest. Not the way I used to do it, the way I did normally when I'm just doing it out. So if this whole watermelon thing work, I feel it to be a cheaper / healthier option for this creatine or other supplements. I mean, I'll probably try mixing in some eggs. I don't think it can be that bad. I think I'm on the wrong grip. That's true. I could have used my second phone, my phone for extra. But to be very, very frank, I don't need it. I've already done a lot of videos at this gym. Okay. I have some interactions from TikTok. Supposed to drop this to be as low as possible so I can work on my upper chest. Then with that being said, I'm not sure my face will be so visible anymore if I do that. Yeah, it will be. Let's go to 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, from the gossip, right, I came to the conclusion that, to be very, very honest, most of these gym relationships are pretty expensive because most of these guys who are engaging these younger girls are married. And the irony is that The irony of it is that these guys are, yeah, they're married quite alright, happily married and all. That I have a friend who told me that the moment women hear that he's married at the gym, and the moment women hear that he's married, they find him to be much more attractive. And it's quite questioning that why do you find the married man more attractive? So if you look at evolution psychology, one thing you get to know is that married men are more attractive because one, it shows that somebody else has selected that man. Yeah, since the background light is affecting you. Two, he can provide. What that means is that one, it's called pre-selection, where another woman has chosen this man, means that there's something in this man that makes him worthy, or somebody has selected him. Two is he can provide. At least he's married, somebody has vetted him, so it's of low risk. And women have no problem sharing men. The problem is them being the first person in that relationship. They are very okay with being the second person, but they are not okay being the first person in such relationships. That's what I've observed. So let's go on 10 on this. Seven, 8, 10. I think I've done. I think this should be my third set. I should be going on my last set right now. I was switching over to cables because those cables are very important equipment at the gym. They get maxed out, they get used, they get occupied real quick. A lot of new faces here. The irony is that this gym increased their price like insanely, and still, people did not reduce. A lot of people kept. So I give myself 30 to 90 days of consistency. With that kind of consistency, I'll opt for the Pocket 3. So if you're watching this and you're enjoying this, you might as well support me in terms of just knowing that it's valuable, knowing that, well, to be very, very frank, I think I'm enjoying this. No? If I'm enjoying it and you're enjoying it, just let me know. It shows that it might be an extra source of motivation for me to get the Pocket 3. Mind you, I have the money for the Pocket 3, but I don't just want, subconsciously, right, we tell ourselves some things like, oh, I'll be happy when I get this. I'll be happy when I get that. I'll be a better content creator when I get this. I'll be a better content creator when I get that. But however, hold on, okay, gym rules. All members have to check in. I'll be a better content creator when I have 13 gears. I'll be a better content creator when I'll be a better content creator when I have 13 gears. So delaying you from creating your best because you don't have the right gears. So yes. So I don't want that to be my problem because I've seen people who have excuses. And subconscious, the ego has a way of creating excuses, right? Where you tell yourself, oh, I don't have this, that is why I'm like this. But when you have that, the excuse changes. That's why whenever people give you excuses for not doing certain things, look beneath the surface. I'm not here to say it's childhood trauma, but one thing you should realize is that sometimes it could just be fear. Sometimes it could just be fear. Let's go. Eight, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Get a very nice stretch. 4, 5, 6, 7. Go as low as possible. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8,
Ah, shit.